Hello Warfighters, war is hell. I know it's been a little bit of time, but welcome back to the next episode of what could have happened had the August Coup gone differently and there was the Soviet Civil War. Let's go ahead and give to the briefing to bring you up to speed on what is happening. Now, all across the Soviet Union, a lot of the republics and various territories have declared their independence. Grozny in Chechnya is one of those areas that has declared their independence. Now, for the ultranationalists, suppressing Grozny and Chechnya is a huge deal, because with Chechnya being a little over 1 million people at this point, if they can hold off the Soviet armed forces, that could inspire others to be able to do the same. Now, the Chechens are mostly civilians who have taken up arms, but these guys are some rugged individuals and will put up a fight. We're going to be entering in here along with other forces that have actually gone up before us. What we're going to be doing is we're going to try and rescue those who have been hit into BTR. Now, this BTR was being sent to go investigate a local rail station where we had suspected that the insurrectionists had gotten some supplies and they were taken out. So we've got to try to see if we can rescue the crew members and also see if we can get to that same train station to try and intercept some of the supplies before it gets into the insurrectionists' hands. Pretty straightforward. Now, this is going to be some very brutal fighting, and this is going to be taking place inside of the city of Grozny. So we've got urban warfare, a well-trained and brutal enemy to go up against. This is probably not going to be pretty. We'll try and see what we could do with utilizing the BTR that we have as we move in. But we know of one area where most of them are... a lot of the enemy forces are kind of together at a staging point and just an area of defense, so that is exactly where we're going to be moving right now. The hope is we can catch them by surprise and eliminate them in one quick shot. So as I go around this turn to the left, it should just be one more turn on the right in this area where you've got a lot of those cargo containers. This is where we're expecting them to be. Yep. So I got one shot off, but let's see how many of them are on there. I'm going to try and get off as quickly as I can and start engaging some of these enemy forces. I've got one down, and I'm probably going to have to push up and try and get clear. But yep, that's exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. And that is one nice target. And hearing how many enemy forces are engaging us, you figure somebody has to have an RPG. So it's taken one hit, as well as me too, but now I'm patched up. Let me take a look on the left side. Don't see anything. You got smoke, but you also got those bushes there too, which makes it difficult to see down that left side. So let's try and move to the right. I don't want to waste too much ammunition just firing into the smoke. Let's get up to these cargo containers, which obviously will be able to provide us some cover. It's the enemy in a bad situation with them being out in the open, and we've already lost that BTR. Okay, I can't go down that way. Alright, gonna go around to the right side. Oh, somebody right in front of me. Whew. That was a close one. Now this guy, 105 meters out. It is really difficult to hit enemy forces with the AK and iron sights. Just the way that it's ranged. I want to say it's like... it's kind of a ways out, so I have to aim a little bit lower, which you'll kind of notice. And the difficult thing isn't just getting the iron sights right on target, but it's making sure you account for the elevation. There is somebody else. Okay, this left side of the street is clear. Moving to the right side and seeing how many enemy forces are on the ground here. We might have most everybody taken care of from here. They're not expecting me be this close. Oh, I gotta reload. I'll probably start taking some fire now since I was able to get 2 rounds onto him. Yep. Okay, I've dropped him. We've got one person off to the right. I don't think he's in the guardhouse there. Yeah, it looks like he's right past it, but through the windows. And I got him. A lot of guys are just trickling into this open area, which is fine for us because that's a fatal funnel right there. They just come pouring in. We've got a lot of our guys who are kind of watching that area, but things have gotten quiet, and I don't know if this is necessarily that the enemy forces are regrouping or if they've kind of fallen back and conceded this area. But that last person that I just took out, and where he is kind of leads me to believe we've got some more forces that are back in that area, because he wasn't among what looked like 1 or 2 squads that were in this area. So with him being on the outside means we've got some more people that are coming out. We've had a few people who've taken some pot shots, obviously, and have gotten out. So I am concerned that we're going to have some forces around the perimeter as soon as I push out. But we've got our forces that are moving up. So I'm going to try and link up with them and kind of push at the same time that they are. Every little bit can help. But I've kind of been on point for some of our forces, and as we're kind of moving out that way, it might be helpful to get some good eyes on where the enemy is. Right above me, looks like we've got pipes, things like that, that are coming from, it's either a factory or refinery or something like that. Anyway, seeing how difficult it is to kind of, got hit. I was going to say, it's pretty difficult to see where the enemy is coming from. It'll be really risky, but if I can get up this ladder and get up into this walkway, elevated position might be helpful to spot some enemies, which I can then pass on to my own guys, or maybe even go so far as to take out a number of them from up here. Yeah, more of our forces are starting to push up here too. Alright, what do we got? Oh yeah, a lot of guys prone right there at that corner. Taking one shot pretty quickly, but I've dropped a couple of them. There's a third person that's over there. We've got people who are down that road too. Alright, gonna reload, drop down. I might bandage myself up here in just a little bit too. That's difficult. I'm worried like if I fire, it's just gonna hit the pipes right in front of me and not do any good. Taking out that guy who's on the move. He's down too. Oh, guys moving to the right. Looks like there's about 3 of them, so I'll fire. I think I dropped 2 of them. Still staying with, I'm not going full auto quite yet. That's something I want to do when I'm in close range. Not too concerned about ammunition, because with this being a civil war, especially at the outset, enemy forces have got very similar weapons, and in some cases even the same weapons to what we're using. So if I run out, there should be a lot of ammunition on the ground for me to grab. Okay, that guy's trying to get out of there. We've got some of our guys that are moving up in that direction, so I'm going to leave the guy I was firing at to some of our friendly forces. We're going to move down the walkway. There is some white smoke that is up ahead, which makes it difficult. Oh wait, never mind. It's not along the main road. It's the road to the right. This guy that I'm aiming at right here is behind a sign. And this is where it can get kind of difficult, because the street sign could stop my rounds from hitting him, and this position will make it difficult for me to just eke the round a little bit to the left or right of the sign. Try to focus on other forces that are here, like that guy that I ended up just taking out. I'll probably have to take a few pot shots at him too. So you've got the problem of the signpost that is between me and him, but also at the same time I've got the problem of the way that this weapon is ranged. But there we go, I got him. At some point I'm gonna have to use this ladder to try and get down to the ground, but seeing as we have some forces that are relatively close by, I don't know, I'll risk it. Yeah, we've got some of our guys that are right up front of this too, so they'll engage anybody that might start firing at me, like this guy that is being engaged off to the right. Oh, there's somebody else down the road. You can probably see we've taken out a significant chunk in that road, or on that road. I would anticipate it should be pretty safe for us to move up, barring, of course, any enemy reinforcements or something else that might stop us. Oh gosh. Alright, another guy here on the left. All my rounds are going off to his right, but there we go. I got him too. Honestly, I feel like I've gotten a good chunk of some of the enemy forces. I mean, obviously not like the majority or anything, but a significant portion for sure. So I am contributing to this mission and the overall success. At least that's what I feel like. I'm surprised I've been able to take out this many, or yeah, taking out this many here for this mission. Alright, we're going to push up, hold this corner. I'm going to pop around to the right side to see if there is anybody who is down this road that I could end up hitting. Nobody that I see who is conscious. I think at that building up there, we got somebody who is on the ground just right by the corner who is engaging us. I'm just worried if I try to go after him, I'm going to end up getting downed in that type of firefight. So let's try to see really quick if there was a way upstairs. But then I also remembered that I've got a building that this one is next to that shouldn't let me see where this guy is. So we'll try to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm laying down, so is he. I end up winning that prone fight. Okay, so it looks like now that we are clear. There might be a few enemy Here I go, speaking too soon. Problem is that some of these guys who end up just on the ground, like prone, it's so difficult to be able to spot where they are. So yeah, I'm going to end up missing some of them from time to time. Try and spray there. Hopefully I can end up hitting someone. Again, not too concerned about ammunition, at least trying to conserve it, knowing full well there's plenty of it to go around. Alright, time to reload again. This time I'm going to get back behind this building, because I was really worried the last time I was reloading that I was going to end up getting hit, and honestly, having progressed this far, I obviously don't want to lose all my progress. But we got one city that is driving away. It looks like that in this corner we've got somebody who's engaging us too. Everybody on my team has started to move up. We've got a lot of forces that are on the right side of the road. Me and, well, now it looks like it's just me. The person who was in front of me on the left side has ended up getting killed. So I'll probably have to move over to the right to link up with everybody else. I don't want to be the one person that's kind of breaking the norm, even though as the player I am going to be the one who has some freedom to be able to do some stuff. Okay, so having taken this road, or at least eliminated some of the threat that are in here, we're considering that we're continuing to push up through this street and also through the rest of the town. So we've got another portion up ahead. Now things have gotten a little bit quiet. I'm at the corner of the church now. Let's just peek around the corner. Oh, we got three guys right here. Dropped one, ran out of ammo. Let's get that reload done quickly because I don't want to be caught by surprise. There we go. Just tossing a grenade. It looks like he was doing the same thing. All right, there his grenade went off. Oh, someone left. He did not engage me earlier, so I wasn't expecting to see somebody right there. There we go. Now we'll go full auto now. See, oh, that was an effective grenade. All right. I think that person that I took out on full auto that was on the other side of the road actually originated from the same group of guys that I had just taken out. Around this corner, nothing. I was afraid with where they were firing and what I was hearing that we were going to be seeing some forces maybe moving up behind us or on our flank, but it doesn't look like that's going to end up being the case. The big important thing, though, is we do continue to move towards the first objective, which, remember, is that BTR. We've got some smoke that is around here, and that's going to be what marks the location. That does get me worried about what we're going to find, given that at BTR is a flame right now. So it looks like they were hit pretty good. I am like somewhat hesitant now, just trying to move around, knowing And I ran into like 3 guys, and I miraculously was able to get out of it, but I don't think they were expecting me to come around that corner there. Oh, we got forces down by the washing machine that are moving this way. Gotta slow it up here, get the hit. Alright, I've got him. I can move up to that blue vehicle if I absolutely need to, but some of my forces... Oh, we had somebody who was in that truck. I know the rest of the forces are not going to move up with me. It's going to be the person who's in command. They're going to end up following him, but I can't just sit back and have nothing happen because the other teams will probably take some significant casualties. Alright, one down on the right, reloading again. Let's get back on the hood of the car, rest the weapon on it, get a more stable shot towards the enemy. Now he's running perpendicular to me, which makes it difficult, but ends up stopping right there, and I'm able to get the drop. To the right courtyard. I'm still trying to be conscious, too, of enemy forces that could be in these buildings. And there's a really great vantage point that some of them might have. They're able to get inside of those buildings. Of course, it's always difficult to see where they're coming from. Okay, he's down now. Yep, that smoke is on the other side of the tree. It feels like we're really not that far away from the objective. So we're going to keep pushing up. Once I pop my head around the corner, it should give me a good idea of what we're going to be up against. I'm going to have to make sure, though, that I'm not like lone wolfing. It's one thing to be on point. Oh, I'm being fired from somewhere. Okay. I'm worried somebody might be in that building. I'm gonna move up. Oh, took some fire from the right side. As I go in here, it looks like the first floor was pretty clear. Obviously, I didn't do a full-on one with that, but I'm going to link up with everybody else, and I am going to go ahead and kind of go through all enemy forces to see if they have anything that might be useful, particularly things like first aid kits, ammunition, stuff like that before we push on to the next objective. I know time is of the essence, but honestly, I'm not in a position to really push up, and I think that might be the same with some other people too. Like I saw our machine gunner was without any ammunition, so pushing onto this BTR, which we are about to do, is obviously going to be a big focus for us here in this next portion. Okay, we're pushing down this road, and it looks like that we have a sergeant off to our right, and we're hearing some fire being exchanged. You can see even those tracers that are flying down this road, which means we've got some more of our forces moving from the right. I'm going to try and move to the left, see what we can end up fighting. There's a lot of open area, and taking some fire from behind that bush. Let's just go ahead and throw a grenade over there. That should be sufficient to take them out. There we go. I want to say it was the grenade that took them out, not necessarily my weapon, but on the ground, putting a few rounds on him. It looks like that he is down as well. Gosh, that's 3 now. Oh, there's the BTR. Yep, a lot of guys that I'm going to be flanking right here, not expecting me. Oh, hey, dude. Oh, man, seriously? Run out of ammo. I take some shrapnel from a grenade. Get patched up right here before I come around again and take out that guy who was standing right there. Oh, no, he's coming for me. Whew. Close one. All right, seeing things have gone quiet again. I think for the most part, that other squad was really able to take out the enemy. I mean, you saw I contributed to their success, taking out just a few of them. But moving up on the BTR, one of the things that we end up finding is the crew is dead. So those who are in the train station, which is not that far away from where we're at, is the next objective. They obviously know that we're coming from the firefight that they've been hearing, getting gradually louder as we've ended up getting closer. So with the crew members dead, this mission is a failure. There's nothing that we could have done. I guess maybe we could have gotten there a little bit quicker. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hold this road, which gives me a pretty good position to engage anybody who's coming down this way as the rest of the team gets together and we start moving down to this area. Of course, that person off to the left, not able to see when they have that up. But part of me is like, well, depending on what lies between me and the guy who just disappeared, might be able to fire kind of through some stuff. But it looked like there was a lot of stone and things like that, cement, so it wouldn't have been able to work. Sergeant's moving up pretty slowly, so I'll end up doing the same. Look left. Doesn't look like anybody's in that compound. I might have to be the point man again. Right side looks like that it is clear. Not seeing anybody or anything except for an empty car up front. That flat car. Get this guy. Alright, there's two of them that are in here being smart using some stuff for cover. Alright, two of them are down, but I might have gone ahead and kicked the hornet's nest. Never mind, it's quiet. I was going to say, it sounded like there was at least two other people who were engaging us. I don't know what I'll be up against. Of course, I'm going to have to check a little bit because you got a few freight cars too. Oh, that guy. Sneaky, dude. Grenade worked so well last time. Did I even get the... I did. I was going to say, I don't even know if I got a good enough angle. Okay, I am the person who's closest to the enemy, so I know that everybody in front of me is hostile. It's also one of the reasons I feel like I need to pull back. Again, this is another instance where I've been able to do pretty well so far without dying, and I wouldn't want to be able to make it all this way and getting killed, especially since our mission is to try and ascertain whether or not any of the supplies have been sent to the rebels. He said an empty flatbed leads me to believe that, yeah, some of the stuff has gotten to him. This little opening right here looks like we have a lot of enemy that are coming through here, but it is difficult to engage them considering how fast they're kind of moving past that. Okay, let's ignore it. Let's continue to be useful. Still having taken out a lot of forces. Probably should try and see if I can go back and check the counter or something. But... Alright. Let's get patched up again here. Gotta make sure I stay in the fight. I think I might have gone through all of my first aid kits. I don't know, there might be just one or two more. So that'll be another thing I'll have to take into consideration if I see an enemy soldier dead on the ground. Try and get ammunition, obviously, but also some of the medical supplies, i.e. those first aid kits. Yeah, a lot of guys that are in this area. It feels like that they're trying to rush us, or at least maybe probe a little bit more about how many of us there are, because we've only really engaged one at a time here for a while. On the bright side for me, though, that means that there's less people shooting at me, less chance of me going down and having to end the mission. These guys who are prone that are near are going to be some of the most difficult to take out because of the way that not only will the car provide them cover, but also the ground. It looks like maybe into the railroad track, since I was seeing some of that, or seeing those sparks go off. So it's like right side might be a little bit of a problem. Gonna move past this pillar, engage him. Oh, perfect. Still some shots coming from the right, but looking at Sergeant a lot might be happening on the left side that I need to concern myself with. See what I can do to kind of lend a hand. It's been slow going trying to get to this train. Okay, right side's clear. Let's gonna take a look through here. Oh, hello. Ah, dang it, not again. That is twice this mission where I come around a corner and run out of ammunition. The least opportune time, but fortunately that was just one shot to take him down. So I think I hit the other guy before I ended up running. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better with accuracy here, just kind of getting back into the AK is one of the things it's able to do so much quickly. Yeah, with all that fire, it's back up. Let's try and go back to the other side. Quiet. As I say quiet, and you start opening up. We got 2 grenades now. Oh, that guy is coming up here super short range. I did not notice him. And there's somebody right there too. Probably got out of the freight car. That's the only way I can kind of explain. He ended up getting right there, but I thought he had thrown a grenade. Taking a look. I'm not damaged, and I don't see anybody else who's been damaged or hit. I guess would be a better way to put it. Alright, I've dropped in another one. I mean, they can continue to try and rush this area. We've been doing a pretty good job at holding it. Allowing everybody to be able to link up until we kind of make this final push. Gosh, these guys do not let up. You see like 3 or 4 of your buddies' bodies right there in front of you. You're going to think twice about going through that opening rather than just charging through. Okay, just to kind of clear things out here, we've been able to call in for an MI-24, so we do have a couple missile runs that are coming our way, which should be helpful and should be here pretty quick. Luckily, I caught them a while ago, so it shouldn't have taken that long to get here. Now I'm radioing in. I want to make sure that that guy who is underneath the freight cars and is basically impervious to any of our rounds. Feels like that. I mean, I want them to feel like that. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, with that flyover, I think I've got one more. Oh, contact left. Yep. Perfect. Just make sure it's clear. That helo's gonna have the best eyes on what's on the ground. It looks like he's coming right for me. Please don't do this, man. Alright, there is anybody, or if there was anybody who was still left in that area, they are definitely down. And taking a look at what we've got here with these freight cars, looks like that the Chechens were able to get away with all of these supplies. So that is actually going to be it here for this mission. Luckily, this was a successful one from the standpoint of I didn't die, but both of the objectives that we had ended up being pretty big failures. So that is going to play into what is going to happen in the future of this series. But I did want to say thanks for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it. There is, of course, more of this to come later on, so please subscribe if you have not already. It really does go a long way. If you do continue to come back, and by hitting that bell icon, you can be notified when new videos end up coming out. Love it if you'd be willing to join the Discord. We have a lot of conversations about not only the videos, but military and things like that. So if you're wanting to be a part of the community there and get some information even about our Arma 3 Milsim unit for this community, the Discord, again, link is in the description below, is the place to go. Finally, if you guys can help support me through Patreon, your financial contributions really do go a long way to help develop some of this that you see on the channel. Even a few bucks really does go a long way. Thank you to everybody who is supporting me on Patreon now. But again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. War is hell. You don't have to worry because Warfighters, I've got your 6.